me is the part of me that makes me who I am. So being A or being B, it's just got to be one side or the other. You can't, you can't, you can't be in the middle. It's not a gray area for everything. Yes, there are gray areas in life, but there's not a gray area for everything. You can't be on a gray area. You can't just be on a place where, you're indecisive. You got to make a decision. You got to stick to it. You gotta know what you know, do what you do. You gotta do it. And then, I mean, this whole technology thing right now is just the enemy because he don't want me to get this out or share these things with people. But my point is this: if you know that you know what you know that you know that you know what you know, then know what you know. Stick to it. You don't have all the answers. If you have the know and God has the how, then guess what? It's gonna work out. You have to trust Him to answer it. Don't be so caught up or so, caught up in your logic, your way, your skill, your gift, your talent. That's all good, and He's gonna allow you to use that to work your plan, work your vision, work your mission, but don't be afraid of a change. Don't be afraid of a caveat or this little interruption or his change of direction. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of it. Just hold on to it. Hold on to your belief. Hold on to your trust. Hold on and know that he's going to do it. And this thing right here, this technology thing is so crazy. Like everything is just, but I'm still going to say it. I'm going to finish it. It's going to be 3 videos on here. It's one, but whatever. But God is in total and complete control. He's going to heal. He's going to heal. He's going to deliver. He's going to set free. He's going to give breakthroughs. He's going to give, the miracles. I posted about today about miracles. And we all have experienced miracles in our life already. Think about it. If you have been in a situation where you've overcome something, come through something. My last post was, one of my posts was about 2 car wrecks I was in. I walked out of the car wrecks like completely. Like one car caved in, other one on this side. You can't even see it. I have a mark right here. It's not visible to the naked eye. The one where the car hit me head on, my tooth went through my lip right here. You can't see none of it. But I got out of the car, crushed and all. Legs should have been messed up in one of them, but I walked out. That's just one example of miracles. But I'm telling you, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not so deep. I am deep, but I'm not like unrelatable or whatever. But my point is this: miracles are about to happen. Breakthroughs, overcoming, opportunity, doors opening, suddenly is about to happen. But we got to stay in alignment. We got to stay in a position of knowing that no matter what happens, no matter what go or stay, who come, who go, if they're meant to be there, they're not going to leave anyway. If that purpose has been served, the lesson has been learned, and the lessons are for both people. All parties involved learn the lesson, not just one. So it's not like I'm casting the stone over here and I don't have one on my side. Yes, but what I'm saying is you can't learn their lesson, they can't learn yours. But once you learn it and you get, this is what you're saying. But then you rediscovery, you back to who I'm me. And I love it. I love my freedom. I love the feeling that I have. Not being confined. Like I said, I'm not against the job, but that ain't what I want to do. Now the Lord tell me in 3 years, okay, go back and do this. It might not be teaching. But in my aspiration, my dream, my goal is to have my own learning center. I mean, I have these things written out from years ago, from 2005, 2006, the name of it, everything. I can't be in the classroom and that happens too. That was the biggest struggle. I'm like, I'm going to do all that stuff and I'm under somebody else's restriction. And then it's changed so much. Guess what? We can't even do what we want to do. We can't even say what we can't even teach. They got it scripted out all the way to the point of what you're supposed to say. And if you don't say it because of their false power, because it's natural, not spiritual, then guess what they do? They can judge you, they can mark you, they can rank you, and all this thing in Georgia about being the right to work state. This computer looks weird to me. I've never done it live on the computer, but I'm gonna wrap this up. I had to get this done. But what I'm saying is, they were like, well, it's right to work state. And Common Core, oh my God, please don't let me get on that. No Child Left Behind. All children can learn. All that they can learn, but they don't learn the same. So that's why my learning center is important. That's why whatever you're doing is gonna be important. Whatever it is that this world needs. this whole thing, prayer is important. People, we do it when something tragic happens. Oh, please pray. Oh, let's come together. Morning, Sunday morning. But if you just say let's pray, you don't miss God in school. And really, that's not even where that came from. Separation of church and state came from not trying to incorporate the natural things into the biblical things that incorporated businesses. Look at our amendments. Look at everything is biblically based. 7 years for your credit to get straight. 7, okay. I mean, everything was founded on a biblical principle. It's only when we get our natural selves in and we want to follow and we want to crowd, so we're going to present. And whoever would have ever thought in all the years of living that people would challenge the Pledge of Allegiance because it's under God, whatever. You can't even quote it right now. I pledge to one God, indivisible, blah, blah, blah. Who would ever think, I don't want to say God? I'm sorry. What I'm saying? Sit down. Moment of silence means you can just be quiet. Nobody was doing that until one person getting their emotions and their feelings in a moment. And I'm not saying we don't need to be discreet. I'm not saying we don't need to have like boundaries, but we super sensitive. We are extra special. We super entitled. We are my way, no way. We're super stuck. Oh my God, super stuck. And it's like, if you don't pay attention to how stuck people are, you're going to be that way too. And my therapist, I was telling her, she would make this, we had this group. Okay, so when she stopped taking insurance, I was like, well, Jesus, I'm not going to, especially at that time in my life, my kids were younger. I was still transitioning through the divorce and through the foreclosure, through all of that. And, the point is this, you claim your part. And you don't have to bash another person or dog them, but for the most part, the restructuring or the rebuilding or the reviving of my finances and paying things off and getting things done, that was on me because somebody was more upset. I was hurt and disappointed, but I was healing and growing through that thing before that person understood what was happening, even though I told him what was happening. Even in the last situation, I'm like, I'm not the same. No, this is not working. We need to do something different. We need to work on this because it's not. Even at work, okay, we can't do this. We got to change it. We got to be able to talk. We got to be able to share. Like, I don't really talk a lot, but when I do talk, I'm saying something. But other people look at you like, oh, okay, whatever. Oh, I'm going through something too. Well, I just got to do this. Nobody's listening. So when this hammer is dropped, they think you crazy, but you're not. It's really more so what I've been telling you the truth the whole time. You the one who ain't been listening. I told you I'm not the same person. I've been telling you that it's been a change. But you, again, and we're guilty of it like me. You keep trying to approach this situation the same that you do other ones, but it's not the same thing. These people, this place, this person, it's not. It's vice versa. It's not just, no one's exempt. What I'm saying is you can't accept things exact. You can't approach the same way. You got to understand what differentiation means. You got to understand what growth means. You got to understand what enlightenment, what uplifting, what a change, what a cycle being broken. You got to understand all that stuff. Like, you got to understand a new beginning, a new way, generational curses, generational lifestyles, and we think we associate it with promiscuity or alcoholism or all the stuff we think is taboo. We don't talk about. Don't go to therapy, just pray about it. Oh no, we ain't gonna talk about the incest. Oh no, we ain't gonna talk about the abuse. Oh no, we ain't gonna talk about this or that. We ain't gonna talk about the molestation. Oh, don't do that. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about this. You better talk about it. That's how you get freedom. I mean, I'm not saying get a loudspeaker and, hey, guess what happened in my family? No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, you gotta address it. Because you're going to be 50 years old. Well, see, if this wouldn't have happened, if they wouldn't have did that, or she wouldn't have said that, or if they would have just let me, and if this wouldn't have happened, or if they would have knew, if they would have listened. And that some of that is true, but you 50 or almost 50. You're going to die with it. And we hold plenty of secrets. Everybody do, but we think everything's taboo. Oh, don't you be meditating? Who you talking to? Oh, don't you be going to yoga? I'm going to yoga and I'm gonna meditate, because if I don't, it's gonna be trouble in the city and the land. And somebody, I don't smoke cigarettes, but I might start, because where I'm gonna need somebody to bring something. So you better find what works for you. You got to learn to stay calm. You got to stay prayerful. But things come, the enemy come to tempt us, God come and test us. So it's like, I'm wrapping this up. But if you're in a position or a place where you're saying, God, show me what to do, and he's showing you, but it's not the way you think he's supposed to show you, you got to keep letting him show you. And you got to follow that path of that plan easily without worrying about anything. You got to just keep doing it. You got to keep going. You got to trust him. We use the parable about the headlights all the time. You know, you're only 200 feet ahead of you. We don't know about that monster, that deer, or, you know, people talk about I can't think of what they used to call it, the little thing that be in the woods or whatever. I think about the movie Jeepers Creepers. I ain't scared of that movie, but for a long time I was like, I don't want to pass no woods. I don't want to see no scarecrow. I don't want to see nothing. But my point of that is, you can't walk around afraid, but you don't have to know every step. Just take the next step. But then if you don't even start, how you gonna begin? Well, if you don't begin, how you gonna start? You can use that how you want to use it. I mean, words just come to my head like that. But what I'm saying is, people, let go of the excuses, let go of the reasons why. And I'm not telling you that it's easy. Oh, hello, no, I'm not, because I've been there. But what I am saying, when you find this place of freedom, I'm so determined to not go back in. I'm like, excuse me, Mom, is my mom back on here? Hell no, I ain't finna be stuck like that no more. I'm not finna be walking around here crazy. And you have to recognize the changes. I'm a person, like my line name, I'm a Delta, and my line name is Shutdown. Not because I can't shut you down. I can unleash the tongue on you. But I could be looking at, but it was like computer names. I could be like, I could just be looking at stuff like, are they really doing that? And so we were doing some activity in shop one night, and the girl was like, your whole everything just like I have a computer screen, you black, just go. I'm still here. That's again my face. Oh my God, my face give me away. So I'm like, okay, Lord, all right. So, but my whole thing, but I brought it up to say, normally I'll be like, something go wrong or get on my nerves or make me mad or make me frustrated. I'm like, I ain't going. I could be the paid for it, bought a dress for it, whatever, did my makeup for it, but I'm like, I ain't going. Or get lost, or the wrong. A couple weeks ago, I went to this thing called Coaches and Coins. I didn't know Mihan's. First, I ain't never heard of it, but then secondly, I didn't know it was 2 locations. So I'm like, oh, this close. I'm over here on Paces Ferry for those who live in Georgia, and it was in Atlantic Station. I was like, oh, I ain't finna go. Then I was like, I looked at myself. I was like, you sure are? You done put on your red lipstick, got your new shades on. You didn't draw this far. Go on, draw them other 10 minutes. But the thought process would be like, the thoughts would be, dang, I'm late. Or they started, I didn't miss too much. You know, you started rationalizing, analyzing, when actually I got there right on time. It's like, oh, welcome. And that was the free event. I paid for my brunch, but that was the one that was offering almost like the other was. And all we did was pay. We didn't have to pay for entry or nothing, just pay for your food. But I met so many different people. And so that's the thing, is like, don't miss the opportunity to meet other people, because you are their answer and they're your answer. And everybody's there for the same thing. But if you walk in discernment, if you pray about it, ask for guidance, meditate, whatever you want, whatever you do to get your answer, do it often so that your answers will come quicker. Because when you do that, you can't be led wrong. It's only when we try to figure it out. And everything I've been reading and watching, and I mean, I'm led to what to listen to or what to hear or read or watch or whatever the case may be. But it's saying it's not your logic, Tara. It's not. And they don't use my name. Don't get me. It's not that spooky. What I'm saying is the guidance is like, it's not your logic. It's not your. All this stuff is working, but it's not your thought or you're knowing it. That's not what's leading you. And it shows up every time. But like I said, this on God right now. What I'm doing, I don't worry about people who said, who she thinks she is, a coach, what kind of coach, a speaker, what she mean, blah, blah, blah. You know, she talk fast, so blah, blah, blah. Oh, I don't care about that. I don't care who believe or don't believe it, or who just got this thing in their mind. Oh, well, yeah, Tara always doing something. You know, when she do it big, but she always having something. Well, what she mean? What's she doing now? First of all, people can't explain what they don't understand. And then we tend to shun things, or what's the word I'm looking for? oh no, we begin to talk negatively about what we don't know. That's the ignorant part of us. That can be corrected. It's just stupidity. Stupidity cannot be corrected. You know what I'm saying? And then you have to also understand that reputation, that's valuable, but your character is what's priceless. Reputations can change, just like stereotypes. You either prove it right or you prove it wrong, but your character is what does that. You know, what you believe, it don't mean that you don't make mistakes or you haven't had to make tough decisions. But again, who you are at the core is who you, I don't care. I remember being in church some years ago. He said you could be at a bar stool in here having a good time, but who you are at the core is always who you are. That's that thing that's pulling you out of that place. I just use that just came to my mind. But whatever you are, in a relationship, in a job, within yourself, whatever is keeping you stuck and stagnant, keeping you from being unmovable. No, you want to be steadfast, unmovable, but that's in your faith, not in this thing that's weighing you down. Invisible weights are heavier than our physical weight, and if you don't realize it or recognize or pay attention to it, that's what's keeping your physical weight on you, carrying what doesn't belong to you. Unpack your baggage. What Erykah Badu say? Ain't nobody ever told you the only thing that you should hold on to is you. And you know, English teacher, just my brain, my thought, how I work, but I look at work. Everything to me is symbolic. Things I do, things I wear, things I buy, quotes, it's symbolism to everything around me. But then when I hear a song, I listen to it. I mean, the beat can get you, but I listen to something 2 or 3 times because I want to know. I want to hear the words. I want to know what it's saying, because I'm like, and it's so funny because when we were younger, in certain songs, I mean, the innuendo was there, like sex and you know what they were saying, but it's because it's so blatant now. It's like, whoa. And then you go back and listen to it. You know, you be like, dang, that's what they were saying the whole time. But we just learned the line dance or the dance that go with it, or we sing the song, but we ain't thinking like that. But that's because the world was a different place. But now all this stuff is sensationalized. Sex. If you're a girl or a boy, a male or female today, but you gay today, not tomorrow. I'm not bashing. I'm just telling you about the confusion, the double-mindedness going on around us. The thing about, it's like people who marry want to be divorced, people who divorce want to be married, people who fat want to be skinny, people who skinny want to be fat, people with hair don't want to have, people with hair don't want on, people who don't have none want some. So it's like you got to find your ground, and I change my hair all the time, so I'm not against hair. I got 50,000 looks, I'm the same person. Same. I just like to change my hair. But that comes from being comfortable. That comes from being, I remember back in the day, you don't want people to know you have weave in your head. Now, baby, if you ain't got no weave, something wrong with you. So I'm just saying, you got to be comfortable who you are, where you are. You rediscover the things about you that you have allowed to become like smothered and covered. And then don't be afraid to do that thing that's calling you, that's pulling you. But you understand this progress is one step at a time, one thing at a time. You can't be like, stressed out about not being at the top immediately. Go through your process. Go understand it. Master this one thing. Okay, so even though I have some technical difficulties tonight, I'm not completely, but mastered. I've made my mind to show up every Thursday. And even now it's going to be, more, and then to take 5 with Tara, whatever the case may be, whatever he's saying, but be consistent. Like, people can read my stuff and you don't even know who's watching you most of the time. Like, sometimes when I used to do I'm like, now I can't take a break from social media because I'll go a month, 2 months, or 3 weeks. It just depends on what my mind would say, or if I was in the mood, like it. We all have that. But now I'm like, okay, well, you can't do that. I mean, you can, but you can't, because you can't show up and not show up. You know what I'm saying? You can't show up and don't show up, or show up and show up by not showing up. I know it's tongue twisting, but you'll catch it in a minute. But my other point, you can schedule posts. There's so much to learn, but I've mastered this, so now I got to master something else. My Take 5 with Tara, I've been working at it. It's been a little frustrating trying to figure out how to master my thumbnail. I'm like, okay, patience, grasshopper. Talk to yourself, speak to yourself. If nobody else is doing it, then you need to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's like, stay focused, stay the course. It's so much I want to do, so much he showed me, but I can't rush the process. I can't get in front of him, but I don't want to get left either. So you got to find that place. You got to find that balance. You got to find that position. And then you got to be okay with it. Forget the naysayers. Don't even be too, don't be too, like, dapping other people who always amen to you. If somebody always say you right, or always say they don't have nothing to say, nah, you ain't got no time for no foolish criticism, but constructive criticism. You know, I was saying about my friend, she's like, Tara, add a soft sentence to your email, because I mean that's just straight to it. I said, well, that's what I want to be. But no, but yeah, you all over that. She's like, let this sit in the inbox for 24 hours. Let's come back to it tomorrow. Especially if I'm in the she was like, don't send that email. Don't send that one. But change this word. Well, change the ending. So you got to learn how to do it. You got to understand. It don't mean that you don't be who you are, but you got to understand how to do what you do in the right situation, right places. But and that's another thing. I felt restricted. I don't like restriction. I want structure. But that's why I was telling one of my friends, I said, I'm gonna get for real about my weight loss. I told somebody, I said, well, this weight gain, I mean, just sickness, but it's like, even if you're consciously not trying to stress, but subliminally you are, because you're dealing with a lot. I've had a trend, like one period of my life, 2007, 8, and 9, transition. Moving out, separating, preparing for a divorce. My little cousin died of cancer at 11 years old. The next year, my dad passed. It was like every year, January, February, back to back to back. Then it was kind of like a break. But then here I am again. I had to move out of my house that I was renting. I was going to move anyway, but I get a letter in January. Oh, you got to go in 60 days. My son graduated in 5 months. What you mean? That. Then the job, then something was before that. It's just like a transition. The car, all this kind of stuff. Oh, I had to get a new car. I'm like, I just paid this car off. Like, I'm about to be no car note again. I'm like, no. So it's like these different transitions that you go through, but they all for something. They all building you. They make it, but you get tired. I'm not sitting here saying that's why you don't want to deal with stuff sometimes. You're like, she's tired. I don't feel like it. And we don't. But then that point comes where you're there's something that reignites that thing inside. That's where ignite come from. So what I want to do? What do you want me to do, God? You want to empower people. You want to ignite the internally. Not, I don't want to set you on fire, but I want you to be burned up on the inside to where you make a move, you bust a move. Not that, but I can't be fake and phony. I can't say that everything's always worked out or was worked out, but I can tell you right now that letting go of everything that didn't belong to me and letting go of the stuff that wasn't benefiting me and giving people their stuff back, facing my own truths, figuring out my own soul ties, taking it back to my childhood. It's emotional. And not that my childhood was terrible. Don't get me, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying, everything we're shaped and molded in those places. We either figure out, we get these, we call it these vows that we make. Oh, I ain't gonna never do this. Oh, I ain't gonna never do that. This ain't gonna never happen. I'm gonna have this. But life, you don't know what life gonna bring you. You're supposed to have an idea, but you can't, even those particular vows can create strongholds. But then you got to go back and recognize, you got to have a tough conversation. You got to hate what God hates. You're going to disappoint some people. You're going to let some people down. You just got to be free. When you're free, then that's when your peace really comes. When you walk in the freedom that He's giving you, it's only when we keep resisting it. We keep resisting the change. We keep wanting to do it our way. We keep getting in His way in our own way. We keep walking in pride. We keep walking in ego. Release it. And then last week, the week before, I talked about detach from the outcome. Don't worry about how it shows up. Just know it's going to show up. Just focus on what it is you want to get done and know that the answer is going to come. Because when you start figuring out how it comes, that's when you lose sight of what it is you're trying to get done. So anyway, this has been real. It's been good. It's been, just like I said, free flow, freestyle. And I'll be back on Thursday for regular Let's Get Hot. I'm working on some things privately, with my coaches and, other people that God's connected me with. And I can tell you, this is nobody that I've already known that's already doing it. There's nothing. He's not bringing it to you that way. And so that's what detachment outcome means. That's what detaching from expecting it to show up. Oh, I know this person's going to come through. I always come through for them. Oh, I know that's my people. That's my this. That's my dad. That's my family. It's not coming that way. And if you don't detach from that, then guess what? You are going to be disappointed every time. You're not going to show up. You're going to fall back. You're going to shrink. You're going to sit down. You're going to go back to that familiar, chaotic place, and you're going to be miserable. So trust God. Trust your journey. Trust a plan. Trust His process. He has a plan for you. He has something for you, and it's good. It's no weapon form can prosper. Everybody who talk about you, don't worry about it, because it's going to be revealed. He's going to condemn those tongues too. Don't worry about tomorrow, because today is all the thing that matters. Just stay focused and stay the course. Conquer fear every day. Do it scared. Do it no matter what. As long as it's the right thing. Don't go around no banks now. I'm telling you that. Don't be doing foolishness. But I'm just saying, that thing that He give you, like, do it. Do it, and then do it well. No apologies. I used to explain because I didn't want anybody to think that, oh, she thinks she. I do think better than a lot of people. I don't think I'm better than you, but I do think better than people. I do think better than a lot of people. That's part of my gift. I don't think I'm better than you, but I think better than you do. And thinking better makes you do better. And then when you know better, you still do better. But I'm just saying, walking in with no apology. You don't have to explain everything. It is what it is. This it. This not. Be done. And they keep asking you, be like, did you hear me the first time? I didn't stutter. I didn't. And if you got to make it sweet, baby, well, I told you already. What's wrong? What, you ain't get it? You understand? And then last thing, some people got to just ignore altogether, especially the enemy. Like you better block out the naysayers, block out negativity, block out. And you have to see beyond what you see. That's why insight comes from and enlightenment. Seeing beyond what you see. That's why when God blinded Paul on the road to Damascus, Paul was like, it wasn't that he was blind that he could see. It wasn't that he was blind, so he had insight and enlightenment. And then when God gave him his vision back, he knew what to do. But as long as he thought he knew the answers and all that, and the thing is, no matter what you've done in the past, it's over with. Don't let people keep reminding me. I'm trying to get off of this is what he just gave me to say right now. But it's the past. It's over with. You address it. You deal with it. Keep it moving. And they just say, well, I remember when. I'm glad you got a good memory, but you better keep it where I am now, or you're going to be still back there left behind and stuck, because that's not me, or that's not what. That was a moment in my life. And when people meet you in moments of your life, some people are meant to stay forever. Some people are meant for a season or a lifetime, but some are not. And we got to be okay with that. Be okay with letting go. Be okay with things dying, and that's why we have winter. What I'm saying is, don't forget it. Like, dang, forget it. It's not easy. It's easier said than done, but really nothing is complicated. We make it complicated because we're human. That's it. It's not really complicated because we hold on to our idea, what I think it should be, what I'm saying, but really let go. Let go of what you think it should be and ask God what it is he wanted to be. And it makes it much easier. I don't go to bed. Like, I have concerns, but I really don't. Like, I be like, God, it's on you. And if something come up will make me feel and have anxiety, I know how the enemy tries to come. I want you to be frustrated, stressed. I be like, I immediately give me a song, worship. But meditation is simply thinking on those things that you want to come to pass. You center yourself to know what works. Like, my name means earth. I'm an earth sign. I'm not like totally caught up in it, but I think there's some relevance to it. So anything that keeps me grounded, I run to that. Like, I love being outside. That's why I hate when it's too hot or too cold. But walking, this ocean. I mean, when I feel like I'm just all over the place, I get up in my car at 5 o'clock in the morning and just drive the hill to head. If I come back the same day or don't, but most of it should be a one day. People like, you do that? I'm like, yeah, because I know what I need to bring me back to stillness. Yes, prayer does it, but God brings healing and clarity in more ways than one. So when he answers your prayer, then guess what? You better act on what he answered. So if it's go to therapy, yes, you got to pray, but if it's go to therapy, if it's go get a massage, if it go be still, be quiet, go away, go with your friends, go laugh. I'm telling you, laughter got me through all that chaos. And Keisha, my friend Keisha, because she likes to hear, no, don't. But laughter got me through that because I didn't understand. Well, my God, why are you doing this? Like, why? But I know now, I truly understand it now. And I've always landed on my feet. But I mean, I haven't gone through things. And no, it may not be, people talk about it. They don't beat you, they'll this. But do you know emotional wounds are just as bad as a physical wound? Because you can't see those, but they hurt just as much. And not just in a relationship, but friendships, family, when people only box you in there and see you one way. And that's why I say oftentimes, like, people who know me don't see me. People who see me don't know me. But it's none of my business. Meaning, I can't spend all my time trying to convince the people who've been knowing me for a long time, be it family, friends, whatever, people I met working with them. I can't spend all my time focusing on trying to convince them that this is what I do or this is who I am. Or remember when I did that? And then the people who don't know me but see me, I can't spend all my time trying to convince them this is who I am, this is what I do, this is my accolades, this is my skill, this is what I've mastered. I just got to show up, stay focused, stay the course, do it with confidence, no apologies, be my authentic self, be hot every week, honest, open, and transparent, empower, ignite, and uplift you. And as these coaching groups come into formation and fruition by the end of this week. You know, you have options to join, and all the more intimate things that we do in the group is more intimate, is much more transparent, because those things are relevant for who's in that group. But what I'm saying is, if I don't stay focused on those things, I'm not gonna be successful. So I can't say, God, I'm itching. I'm sorry, mosquitoes in Birmingham ate me up Sunday. But I can't say God is on you if I'm not doing what He's leading me, how He's leading me. If I'm not doing that, it's on me at that point. So stay in alignment, and you know you when you out of alignment, just like you know in your car out of alignment. That junk, I don't care how hard you hold the steering wheel. If it needs to be aligned up, it's gonna pull left and right until you go get it fixed. So that's the same thing with yourself. Get in alignment. And it's not difficult. We make it difficult because we want to hold on to the foolishness. But the foolishness is going to get us in trouble and definitely keep us stuck. So you can't be unstoppable and stuck at the same time. So that's Tara Nicole here to Empower, Ignite, Uplift. I appreciate you all for working with me through my technological kinks. I'm gonna figure out how to get this all in one spot, but if not, you can catch the replays. It's gonna be like 3 of them because we've had some issues, but such is life. And I posted that today. Life is not always funny, so these things aren't funny, but you can always find the upside and the downside. Find the good and the bad. It's there. There's treasure in your tragedy. You just gotta look for it. You gotta be open to it. Brokenness creates openness. You gotta be okay with being vulnerable. That's the only way you're gonna heal. Address those things that you keeping pressed down inside, that you think if you ignore it or you dress it up or you be fancy or you smell good or get your makeup, your hair done, whatever you think that's going to fix that, is not. Because nothing external can fix what's internal. You need God and professional help to get it done. That's just the way it goes. So if you think it's too deep, then I guess you just think it's too deep. But I'm telling you what I know and what I've read and what I've gone through myself that works. So anyway, that's it for me. Coaching is my jam. My name is Tara Nicole, here to Empower, Ignite, Uplift. I appreciate each and every one of you. Catch the new Take 5 with Tara will be on YouTube on tomorrow. Just 5 minutes of motivation, and the new coaching groups will be launched by Friday. Much appreciation. God bless you. Walk in great expectations. Continue to confess and affirm your favor, your blessings, your miracles, your breakthrough, your suddenlies, because they're on the way. But it all depends on how you believe. Anyway, peace out. Okay, you didn't end the thing right. You see this mess? This blessing. Bye. Okay, you can end now. See you on Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What if I end now? I'll be able to do one. Yeah, I don't watch my bloopers at the end. This is some shenanigans. I said that. So why are you acting crazy? Yeah.